Today is Tuesday, February 1st of 2022. It is partially clear skies. It's supposed to clear up for the rest of the day. So we can have another beautiful day, and the temperature is supposed to be in the mid 45 or so. So I really like it. So we're looking forward to this day. I'm hoping the day will be just as good as it was yesterday. I did 200 in about 7 hours. I got some very nice $20 deliveries that helped me actually complete my day sooner, and I still stayed after I reached my goal to see if I can, do a little bit more to cover my Wednesday morning off. And it's like suddenly somebody cut off nothing. So, but it was a good day. Now, I'll share something with you guys what happened to me yesterday. And how serious things might be getting pretty soon. I got a delivery offer for about $10 or $8 with Uber Eats. And you guys can actually see that on the last night Dash Alon recording. I got to the restaurant, the food was ready, and they're handing me an empty cup and says, go fill it. So I tell the person that I do apologize according to their terms and conditions on DOORDAsh, Uber Eats, and other platforms, including COVID guidelines. We as drivers are not allowed to fill the drink because we might actually not fill it properly, as well as touch it inside, breathe into it, or who knows whatever else is, and turn that into an issue. And she responds to me back saying, hey, I do apologize, we are not allowed to leave behind the counter, and we are not allowed to fill the drinks either, according to Taco Bell corporate. So I guess something's going on with the corporate of Taco Bell, or at least that's what she made it sound like. So I'm like, fine, then I guess customer will receive a cup with no drink in it. Hey Pedro, I still have half hour left from the Sunday night to watch, but the drink that you receive without ice, that's the driver filling your drink. That's what happens when you have drivers filling customer drinks. They either put too much ice in, or they don't put no ice in at all. They do wrong drink or whatever, because we as drivers, we are not taught. Like for me, example, if I fill my own personal drink, I only use ice on a tea because it's warm. Rest of the time, I don't use ice at all. So if I were to fill, and they told me to fill it like this, if you do it, all my customers would be getting no ice drinks, because that's what I do it for myself. Here's the second part. I got in my car and I'm like, why don't I call Uber Eats and find out their opinion on it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do need to go back in and fill this drink. So I called Uber support, got support on the phone, I don't know, within 2 minutes, I guess, maybe sooner. And I started explaining the situation that they want me to fill the drinks. I am not food service certified. Second, my job description or my contract description is delivering food, not prepping the food or filling drinks. And then third, I said also COVID guidelines prohibit us to do so. And she says, you are correct on all levels. You should never be filling a drink. And she said, let me call the restaurant and confirm that they're refusing to fill the drink. So about 2 minutes later, she comes back and she says yes. And I started seeing that the order got canceled before she even came back on the phone. She says, yes, I talked to the restaurant. They said they're refusing to fill the drinks. So I am already canceled that order. And I will notify the customer that we couldn't fulfill their order. So we had to cancel. And I'm like, so in the future, do I have to call back every single time I get an order with a drink and they refuse to fill it? She says, first, notify the customer. And see, is the customer willing to take a delivery without a drink? If they want their drink, ask them to call us and complain about the restaurant refusing to fill the drink. At the same time, you call us back as well. And she said, and as well, I will file a complaint on your behalf to our management about the restaurants refusing to fill drinks. So that was the end of it. I got paid $3 instead of $8. I'm like, it's where they brought me in, because the delivery literally was across the street. So, I could have made $8, but they just gave me $3. Oh well. But in exchange, I had a good day yesterday. Now, later on today, I'm getting a phone call. I wish I recorded. I tell you guys honestly, I don't know why my phone recording app, acting up and it's not recording phone calls. So you guys can actually listen into the call. So I get a call. He represents himself from Uber corporate. He says we received a complaint and we want to actually follow up on it. So, he asked me multiple questions, and then he said, you know what? I want to put you where you speak to someone else, after we complete our conversation. And so, I put on hold. Then there is another guy that comes online and says, hey, I am starting program. I don't remember how he worded it exactly, but pretty much at that point he started offering me a gig, where instead of I drive around and deliver food for Uber, I sit at Taco Bell and photograph every driver that fills the drink, and then on his way out I asked him to show his phone with the drink, and then I photograph him again, where clearly would say the order number of that order that he's actually taken out of the restaurant. Honestly, offer was $5 per good complaint or good 2 photos. That's all I had to do. No writing or anything. But I can make more delivering DOORDAsh and Uber and Grubhub than do this. So I told him, I'll think about it. Have him call me back. So guys, here's the story. I don't know how DOORDAsh responded to this. You guys do remember I called DOORDAsh about a month or 2 ago about the same issue. But it looks like Uber is trying to find a solution to this driver filling drinks. Not sure exactly what the Uber's goal is with me reporting drivers to them. But guys, be careful when you guys do fill drinks. And if you're filling drinks, but I would probably recommend not to. And just follow the guidelines that Uber provided me with Uber-related deliveries. And just call the support, let the support know that the restaurant requires you to fill the drink. You're refusing to because of safety. And then ask them what would they recommend you to proceed with. Maybe some uneducated customer service guys will say go fill the drinks, but I'm pretty sure majority of them probably will say they'll cancel the order and let you just proceed. Again, for me, I would rather take the $8 than $3, but I did not want to violate my terms, especially as I'm trying to get good with Uber, because most of the time, good delivery. If you guys, look at my deliveries, they're good. Of course, in between those deliveries, we do have, the $3, $4, $5 orders. But overall, they're good offers. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this? Is this a battle between restaurants, corporates, about restaurant refusing to fill a drink? DoorDash, Uber prohibit us filling a drink? What exactly here is going on? Because end of the day, while they do their battle, we are the ones are running a danger of filling that drink and getting removed off the platform. Now, I watched yesterday's Taco Bell delivery, not yesterday's, Sunday night's Taco Bell delivery with Pedro DoorDash Santiago. Man, when are the DoorDash, Uber, and other platforms learns that investing time into a driver becomes a good quality driver, now you have to hold on to him. You have to do whatever it takes to make sure he doesn't leave. Instead of constantly bringing in new drivers, they do 20, 30 delivers, mess up, leave. Bring in new driver, mess up, leave. Bring in again new drivers, mess up, leave. And just playing this non-stop red chase after the drivers that will never get it right. I do understand, Pedro, you said it's one of the easiest jobs on the planet. No, I disagree with you. Over 70% of the people do not know how to read the map. Remove the navigation button off of their phone, they will never be able to get to the destination. Because they do not know how to read the map. The only thing that helps them to get to somewhat to a destination is thanks to the navigation button on their phone. Now, when you get to an apartment, doesn't tell them which apartment it is. How often is that driver actually that has even no clue what's the difference between apartment numbers? Are you going to look for the right apartment, or he'll deliver to the first door that navigation shows him to deliver to? So you're telling me this is the easiest job? It might be physically the easiest job, but mind-wise, they need a little bit more than 60 IQ to do with these deliveries. 60 IQ doesn't cut it. So if you're saying anybody can deliver, I disagree with you, because you just got a first-hand experience on Sunday night with Pedro as he was ordering and had his food delivered to a wrong house. She delivered to wherever the GPS showed her to deliver. She never delivered the food correctly to the right apartment number until Pedro said, "Hey, where's my food? You delivered to the wrong door." How long will it take? You know, the guy that called before that out of St. Pete, Florida, I know that area. First of all, I would never deliver to that area. That area is one of the most cheapest areas in the surrounding area. People that cannot make a good living, but at the same time want to own a home, that's the place you go buy a home. Probably today you can still find a home there that's probably around 100,000. About 6-7 years ago, you could buy those homes in that place for 30,000. One of the cheapest places in Florida. I would deliver in that place. Because yes, people will take advantage of it. But then the second question, I would challenge that driver, did he deliver to the right door? 3 complaints. Possibly, that area is possibly that the people will complain and that they never receive the food, even they did. Yes, that place is that kind of a place that actually people would do. But also, I'm pretty sure that driver might have a problem with identifying proper units at apartments. You know, especially if buildings 1, 2, 3, 4 are A, B, C, D, and then it has unit 101. That means every building has a unit 101. Did he realize that he might actually have to look at a building number or a building ladder before he started looking for the unit 101? I've run in my situation. You know, most of the apartment complex do not display the first part of the address. Like, you know, say 1134. You kind of get to the apartment complex based on the house number before that, and based on the house number of the complex, you assume that is the number, and you start finding the building and the unit number. I ran into a situation where I delivered in the beginning to an apartment across the street. Both apartments do not display, and I failed to identify because on that short piece of that street, those were only 3 apartment complexes. One on the right, one on the left, and one in the front, kind of in the front of you to the right. I failed to identify which numbers on the left side of the street and the right side of the street, so I went to the apartment on the right side because that's where I delivered probably 6 or 7 deliveries within that week. So I assumed same apartment, delivered to the unit. Guy calls me up and says, "Hey, where's my food? You're at the wrong place." I pick up the food. I kind of did feel that, you know, I might be at the wrong place. That's why I even knocked at the people's door and they said, "Hey, we didn't order that." So I knew I'm at the wrong place. This guy calls me, and you know, and of course people have a hard time explaining directions either. So he started, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm the apartment, the first apartment when you turn onto the street." I'm like, I'm at the first apartment. So eventually said, "Hey, let me get back on the street." I grabbed the food, went back onto the street, and I see the guy standing on the side of the road. I pull up, say, "Hey, your name?" I gave him the food and resolved the situation. So, you know, sometimes even us as experienced drivers, we might assume and deliver to the wrong location due to Because half of the time these places, they'll put an apartment complex name, but they'll forget about the number. Most of the time on our apps, it doesn't say the apartment complex name. It says the address. So then you kind of get there and you kind of have to guess and hope that your guess was an accurate one. And most of the time, when we guess, we kind of feel comfortable. But there's situations once in a while where I don't feel comfortable. I'll knock and I'll confirm, hey, am I at the right place? Because I don't have a lot of time to go and, drive to the next complex or the next house, figure out the number, come back. So I'll use the knock option and to confirm, am I at the right place? So, now, person that does not have much delivery experience, like for me, I delivered off and on for a while. I delivered, and I will post actually when I find the pictures, on my old Prius in Colorado, across the Rockies. I delivered a little bit in Florida, and I'm delivering here right now in Kentucky. So, I did some delivery, so I understand at least how streets are designed. Because, when I delivered Rockies, we did not have apps. All we had is Google Map. And I think it was navigation available at that point. And that's it. But I understood, structure of streets and avenues. They cross each other. I understood the basics. Ask half of the drivers on any delivery platform. What's the difference between what is the avenue and a street? They will have no clue. They'll have no clue that even they intersect with each other. Because the navigation is the only thing that actually they depend on when they're delivering food. So yeah, guys, not getting your food can be typically normal. If DoorDash continues to drop prices, that means we will walk away, and the airheads will take the position. And then the trap with these drink filling, but you guys want to go back to the beginning of the video to watch it, that happening right now across the fast food restaurants will get a lot of us disqualified on the apps because we are filling drinks which we should not be doing. I am not going to repeat through the whole story, but definitely you guys would want to go back and watch that. So, guys, I am already here. It is 9:28. Man, I appreciate you guys coming on, listening to me, talking about various different things about DoorDash and other things. Like yesterday, I talked about Georgia Guidestones. But at the end of the day, make the right decisions. Do it right. And be blessed. Take care.